Did you used to think that flats equaled difficult? I know many students end up thinking this. I know I thought this myself. If I saw a key signature right up until, I don't know, 7 or so years into my studies, if I saw a key signature that had flats in it, I thought, and then I got over it a little bit. But still, when I became a teacher and had all that music with 6 flats, I didn't love it. And now I do. It's the easiest key to play and it's the best. But I don't think I had to wait that long. I don't think there is anything inherently difficult about playing music with lots of flats in it, or with lots of sharps for that matter. But we're going to talk about flats today because they most often get maligned, especially the key signature with 6 flats. So I think these can be introduced to students much earlier than they usually are. Actually, when I start scales, I also start with G flat major because it's one of the easiest scales by far. I know a lot of people go for B, but to me G flat makes the most geographical sense to start out with, because students just get why the fingering makes sense. We're not talking about scales today, we are talking about pieces in the key signature of G flat or E flat minor. So our latest concept collection is out now, and this explores this key signature. If you haven't heard of concept collections before, these are books of pieces that we've commissioned specifically from 4 or 5 composers, and they compose 2 pieces each for us to make a beautiful collection of pieces that all teach a specific concept, hence concept collections. So this is the very first collection, but we have more on the way later this year, and I'm really looking forward to getting this out into the world, to sharing these pieces with you because they are gorgeous. So this first one focuses on one of my favorite keys, G flat major or E flat minor. It's just called Concept Collection 1, 6 flats. And I'm going to show you how these pieces can introduce these keys of 6 flats to your students at an earlier level. All of these pieces range from beginner up to intermediate. So the first piece in the whole book is from Samantha Coates, the wonderful, amazing Samantha Coates, who is the creator of Repertoire. All the links to the composers will be in the description below. This first piece is genius. It is a pentatonic piece, so it's only using a few notes on the black keys. It doesn't even dive into, you know, the B and the F that we need, or the C flat and the F if you prefer, for the full key signature. So this is a great one to teach by rote, and it has a lovely little story to it, so there's words to go along with it. They say, I've tried the doorbell but no one's home, I've tried it twice now, maybe I'll knock. So the maybe I'll knock is said out loud, so it goes. Maybe I'll knock. So you get to knock on the full board there, which I think students will absolutely love, and they'll love singing along and speaking the lyrics in that spoken bar. I just think it's fantastic and a great first step to learning pieces in this key with a bunch of flats. The next one I want to give you a little flavour of is Magical Dance at Midnight. This is by Victoria Lotkowictz. And it's a beautiful piece. It's only 1 page, but it's really expressive and has that gorgeous lyrical style that many students love. So I'm just going to play the opening for you. And it continues on like that in that beautiful, gorgeous style. And the final one I'll give you a little taste of is Morning Light. I'll just play the intro of that for you as well. Continues on in that style. So another gorgeous piece, that's by Stacy Fahrion. So I hope you enjoyed that exploration of a few pieces from our book. You can find all the details in the description. If you are a member of Vibrant Music Teaching, you can get access to a studio license, a digital copy of this book that you can print as many times as you want, but only if you download it within the 2 months that it's live. So that's February and March 2023. If you're watching this in the future, you won't be able to access it. either in the membership or in hard copy. Now you can become a member to get access to the digital license if you are within that 2-month window. You can become a member to get access to the digital license, or you can buy hard copies. Whether you're a member or not, you can buy the hard copies. And again, all the links are below. If you are watching this after that time frame, February to March 2023, you can see all the composers below and go to their websites, and they may have the pieces listed, or they have other fabulous music for you to explore as well. I hope those pieces demonstrated to you that music with 6 flats doesn't have to be difficult. It can be very accessible for our students. When it comes to teaching these pieces to students, just getting a feel for the key is the most important thing. Feeling your way around it, and not necessarily insisting that they understand right at the start, that they understand, okay, this is G flat, so there's G, so that's there. You can almost think about it as there are only 2 white keys, and then you can think of intervals and map your way out. A great introduction to this, which I always harp on about, so I'll say it again, is to improvise in the key first. G flat is especially not hard at all when you improvise with it, because it's easier to remember than, say, A major, where the sharps are kind of dotted around. No, there's just 2 white keys and all the black keys. It's easy. So do some improv with your student if they haven't explored G flat already. Then encourage them to just map out the keys before they get going with the piece, and remind them of which are going to be the white keys. If you do all of that, I promise you, music in 6 flats does not have to be hard. I hope you enjoy exploring music in the keys of G flat major and E flat minor. Now that you know it doesn't have to be too hard for beginners, so you can explore these pieces if you're watching in the right time frame, or any other pieces in G flat major or E flat minor that your students will love exploring and getting their hands around. That's it for this video, but I hope to see you in the next one, so do hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification icon, and I will see you then.